Like so many American women, I became a mother in an operating room. I was wheeled in and settled on the table. One person stretched out my arms and strapped them down with Velcro cuffs, while another person asked me, "Can you feel this?" "No," I answered, wondering if the surgeon was making her first cut. Belly up on the table, my hair was disheveled, my mouth dry, my eyes blinded by a spotlight. My naked lower half was numb. "Talk to me," I begged my husband, seated at my head. The sound of his voice kept me tethered to myself, my sanity, even though his words didn't stick. Chris and I met 12 years prior as college students. We dated 8 years before marrying. 3 more years passed before I became pregnant. Within minutes of arriving at the hospital, 3 different people reached inside me. 6 hours later, the surgeon opened me up. My boy was delivered, bundled and immobile, to my head, all bloody traces of me wiped clean. Still strapped to the table, I turned my head awkwardly. "He has your lips," I said to Chris, admiring the small strip of face between hat and swaddle. The following day, Chris left my side momentarily to get food. The surgeon reappeared, standing cross-armed at the end of the bed. "Can we review the details of the birth?" I asked, alone, bandaged, drugged, confined to bed. "I'm busy. I don't have your chart with me. You were there," she said. She lifted my gown to check the wound for infection and then walked out, never to be seen again. 1/3 or so of women who birth in America leave the hospital with a healthy baby and a scarred belly. Most recover just fine, but not all was right with me. I felt hazed into motherhood. Abstract and diffuse memories became terrifyingly focused and fiery again and again. I lost weight precipitously, 50 pounds in 6 weeks. I slept fitfully, interrupted by nightmares. I avoided pregnant women and other new moms. I flinched at women on the street who resembled the surgeon. Research indicates that almost 17% of postpartum women with healthy babies experience clinically significant symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. About 5%, that's 200,000 women annually in America, develop acute PTSD. In my postpartum struggle, an image kept returning to my brain. It was from a trip I took to Austria just before I knew I was pregnant. I had visited a medical history museum, and I had seen a wax anatomical model from the 1700s. Let that sink in. A wax model made about 220 years ago, still in existence today. She was a life-sized woman wearing a pearl necklace, lounging on a pink silk mattress with her insides dissected out, including a fetus. She was grotesque and beautiful. After my C-section, I thought, look at us, 2 women separated by time and space, linked by our common evisceration. Could we commiserate? I know this is weird. She is wax. I am flesh and bones. But hear me out. This model, and others like it, were crafted from dissected cadavers, and I wondered, who was the woman who became wax? I did some research. And what I found, unsurprisingly, was that there was a whole bunch of information about her male creators, but nothing about her as a live woman. And then I found that she wasn't just one woman. The cadavers decayed faster than they could be imitated, so the one wax model I saw actually represented many women, and their stories were never recorded. This upset me. And that's when it hit me. Part of my trauma originated with the official record of the birth, written by the surgeon. Patient tolerated the procedure well, it reads. No complications, in all caps. All of the events leading up to the C-section were not noted. None of the messy aftermath made it to the paper. My voice was nowhere. At the time of my son's birth, someone had asked, "Can you feel this?" In hindsight, a better answer might have been, "Not yet." My answer today, yes, I assure you, I can feel this thing called motherhood. I am no longer numb, and this life is definitely full of complications. And that's just it. I can write my own official record. I can tell my story, and I will listen to yours.